yes, yes, yes. A redwood. Jesus Christ, Travis. This album is really good, isn't it? I just don't know how to feel about this. That is the kind of life of the showgirl, is that they may appear like this like fierce performer who has everything together, but on the inside, they are that sensitive person. Hello, welcome to this video. My name is Dan, aka Lucen, and today I'm reacting to Taylor Swift's The Life of a Showgirl, the brand new album. Let's go. Cool, I am ready. I've got my orange vinyls on the back. I've also got my other Taylor vinyls on the back. I've also got my Eras Tour t-shirt on. Very excited about this album. As most of you probably will know, Tortured Poets, I absolutely loved specific songs, but it was very long. It was very long. And so my hopes and dreams for this era before it even happened was that she was going to go back to doing something a bit more edited. And everything she said so far seems to be exactly that. And so I'm going into this era with excitement. You know, we're gonna, I'm really excited to hear what these songs are gonna be. Yeah, I've got my tickets for the party thing tomorrow. I'll probably do a little TikTok about it, so keep an eye out for that. And it'll be on YouTube Shorts too. Taylor weekend, Taylor mania. I'm going to Swiftageddon tonight as well. I'm going to be Taylor obsessed all weekend. I've been Gaga obsessed all week and now Taylor obsessed all weekend. Oh dear. But before we get into the video, if you're new to my channel, then welcome. I love to do reactions, but also like live analysis, dissect all of the production and go through every single lyric as I go, trying to figure out the full picture of the album in my first listen. And yeah, so if you love that kind of more detailed reaction style and you haven't seen any of my videos, then A, where have you been? But also B, should subscribe if you haven't. Yay. And if you actually want to watch my reaction with no cuts and all of my completely unedited thoughts, then you can do so over on Patreon. The link is in the description. There's also a lovely community of people over there and everyone will be chatting about the album this week. The other thing about Patreon is that it is a great support for me. And the thing is that like the YouTube algorithm as it is, I'm not really making any money on my videos anymore. Sometimes I can dispute it, but it's not a particularly good system and they make it really, really risky for, you know, independent YouTubers to do so. That's basically why I ask everybody to go over to Patreon if you really want to support me, or head over to the merch shop as well. I've got merch as well if you wanted to do that. But yeah, on Patreon, you can get involved for as little as £3 a month. So yeah, it's the best place to support me. YouTube wants me to be doing this for free, obviously, but I don't think that's very fair. I don't think that's very fair. So if you don't think I think that's fair either, then yeah, head over to Patreon and throw me a couple of quid, or even just follow me on the free tier. That's another way to just like still keep in the loop and be there for whenever I have new things to announce, like projects and stuff. Before we jump into the video, remember that you have to leave your top 5 songs from the album in the comments. I love reading everybody's top 5s. I've actually caught up with my YouTube comments this week, so great, because everyone's top 5s are usually a bit different and I'm really intrigued to kind of see, especially with Taylor, everyone's going to have different favorites. So let me know what your top 5 songs are from the album, and I'll be letting you know my favorite song at the end of the video. Oh yeah, also I did predictions. So me and my Swiftie bestie did predictions for this album like a couple of months ago. And so what I'll do, I'll put the little image on here. So if you want to pause and see what my predictions are, you can watch through the video, see if any of my predictions are actually accurate at all. I haven't heard any of the album, but I already heard that apparently there's a Charlie XCX diss track on here. I mean, my thoughts aren't exactly great on that whole situation, like why, but you know, whatever, punching down. Anyway, dear, okay, right. Oh my God, I'm not sure I'm ready for this. This is like, is my hair looking good? Song number 1, this is The Fate of Ophelia, which I think is kind of a single, I guess, because it's the one getting the music video. Anyway, let's go. Okay. Ooh. Oh, I like the clunky piano. Not what I was expecting, that sound.
I heard you call on the megaphone. You wanna see me all alone.
Oh, okay.
Quite the pyro. You light the match to watch it blow.
Oh, she loves a match. Nice. I love how it like hangs on for an extra moment. So she's been saved from the fate of Ophelia. This is more chill than I was expecting it to be. I kind of thought we were going to come straight out with like, you know. The microphone. That's what I'm just going to do. I love that into the chorus. That's so bright. Yeah. That's so nice and catchy, isn't it? I love this section. Oh, nice. Locked inside my memory, and only you possess the key. No longer drowning. This feels like such a bridge from Torture Poets, doesn't it? Oh, because you came for me. Oh. That vocal. Really nice take. I love this bit. It's about to be the sleepless night you've been dreaming of. You saved my heart from the fate of Ophelia. Love it. What I really wasn't expecting it to kind of like, because like, okay, so all the chat about the fate of Ophelia is that she dies, right? Like it's kind of this miserable tale. And so like, I just love the way that she twisted it and said, you saved my heart from the fate of Ophelia. And I love how it kind of bridges that gap. It really connects the two albums. Sonically it does, because if you think about that piano, the intimacy of that piano, the kind of slight clunkiness, you can hear the noise in that piano, really sonically creates that bridge, despite it being a more upbeat song. But then lyrically, it's like, my fate seemed to be that of Ophelia. You know, she was in that place during the Torture Poets, right? And then, you know, presumably Travis came along and saved her from that, you know, and took away from that fate. And I love how, you know, if we think about the prophecy on the Torture Poets album, the way that like she was worried that this prophecy, she's never going to be able to actually find kind of true love. And now the prophecy's been broken because she's been saved, you know. I really love that as a concept. I love how it kind of really continues the narrative, but then sonically links as well. Yeah. Really nice. I really love the contrast between that kind of more intimate piano, but then throwing it into something more like upbeat. In the chorus kind of gives it that brightness, you know. And that bit in the chorus I really found super nice and catchy. Like, right, okay, I heard you calling on the megaphone. Isn't that sort of like a reference to Travis's podcast or something? As legend has it, you're quite the pyro. You like the match to watch it blow. So that really is like, you know, outlining the way in which they met. And if you never come for me, I might have drowned in the melancholy. I swore my loyalty to me, myself and I, right before you lit up my sky. It's such a relatable feeling, that moment when you kind of think, you know what, I think I'm okay on my own, is usually when you meet. That's exactly what happened to me. Like, I was almost 30 and I was like, you know what, I think I'm going to be okay being single in my 30s. I think I'm just going to continue living my life. And like, I feel like I'd got to the point where I was like happy, you know, by myself and with my friends, you know. And then literally, you know, yeah. And now it's 3 years later. So, and it's the kind of thing that does happen in your 30s. You know, it's a very 30s thing. Keep it 100 on the land, the sea, the sky. Pledge allegiance to your hands, your team, your vibes. That's such a Taylor lyric. It's about to be the sleepless night you've been dreaming of. The fate of Ophelia. Yeah. So, yeah. Like such a like brilliant way to twist that narrative. You saved me from the fate of Ophelia. Just proper classic, great Taylor Swift songwriting, you know. The eldest daughter of a nobleman, Ophelia lived in fantasy. I love the way that she's like looking back at her past and the way that she has kind of lived in fantasy. Like so much of her music, especially in the early days, was like these fantastical versions of relationships about like how those fantasies were kind of shattered. You think about like Dear John, you think about White Horse, where it's like, I had this fantasy for how our relationship was going to go and you shattered that fantasy. And she's kind of like really reflecting on her entire history of her relationships and almost kind of seeing herself as the girl with this like fantasy version of love that she wants to happen but never seems to be happening. And it seems as if her fate was just to sit in that tower and long for the fantasy, and yet here he came along and saved her from that fate. You wrap around me like a chain, a crown, a vine, pulling me into the fire. There's probably a lot more like references to the story of Ophelia that I don't really necessarily get. So let me know what all the little links are, because I'm sure there's loads of little references. 'Tis locked inside my memory and only you possess the key. Oh, this is like the reference to, what is it? I hate it here, so I go to the stories in my mind. And now the secret garden in my mind. And it's like, she's allowed him into the secret garden. No longer drowning and deceived, all because you came for me. You saved my heart from the fate of Ophelia. Just get, I love that. I love that. Cool. A strong start. Surprisingly, like, still kind of connected to Torture Poets, which is nice in terms of the continuation. But I do hope that we get the kind of proper pop kind of Max Martin vibe that we've been promised. Cool. Let's go on to the next one then. This is Elizabeth Taylor.
Elizabeth Taylor.
Okay.
That view.
Okay. So we've still got the sad piano.
Sometimes it doesn't
Okay.
feel so glamorous to be me. All the right guys, but you blew. Ever said goodbye. I cried my eyes violet. Elizabeth Taylor. And I can't have fun if I can't help being and with me. Only as hot as your last hit, baby.
Only as hot as your last hit.
Fun if I can't have you.
Yeah. I thought she was going to say you earlier, and then she didn't, and then she did. Yeah. I find it quite interesting harmony. I really like the strings, what they add to the song.
And you look at me like you're hypnotized. And I cry.
This chorus is great. It's proper like Reputation era, isn't it?
I can't have fun if I can't help being
Ah, so good. I love her. I wonder what like the Elizabeth Taylor thing is.
all my white diamonds and lovers are forever.
Oh, nice.
All my white
Oh, beautiful. Oh, it's kind of got a bit of that Hollywood glam.
anything but mine. I cry my eyes violet.
It's like I have everything, but I still want one more thing, you know? Oh, I love this contrast, how that went into the soft drums. Cool. Both songs so far seem to kind of production-wise have like, it's like two sides, you know? Maybe that's going to be like a theme, like a kind of production theme for the album. You know, you have the showgirl on stage and then you have the real person backstage. You know, like on this song, the soft drums and the hard drums. We've got like two different versions of her. We've got the soft piano and then we have the more like upbeat chorus, you know? And that was the same kind of thing for the first song too. So I wonder whether that is going to be like a continuing theme. This is who I am on stage, but this is who I really am backstage, you know? Elizabeth Taylor, do you think it's forever? That view of Portofino was on my mind when you called me at the Plaza Athénée. Where is that? Oftentimes it doesn't feel so glamorous to be me. All the right guys promised they'd stay. Under bright lights they withered away, but you bloom. Cry my eyes violet, Elizabeth Taylor. Tell me, for real, do you think it's forever? Been number one, but I never had two. And I can't have fun if I can't have... Yeah, I've been number one. I've been like solo in this life so far, but I've never had two. I've never had that like proper relationship. You're only as hot as your last hit, baby. To me, I'm getting this feeling that Taylor has been like on her kind of career dominance, almost like out of a state of like insecurity, like this fear that it all could kind of come crumbling down around her. You know, you're only as hot as your last hit. You could just be like offed anytime. You know, she's had like moments of this like, you know, the Reputation era, particularly, where she was worried it was all going to completely come crumbling down. You know, she's looking for stability. That's the thing, isn't it? And I think that she kind of sees that in Travis. You know, what could you possibly get for the girl who has everything and nothing all at once? Babe, I would try the Cartier for someone to trust. Just kidding. So I think that like this is really like her contending with fame. Is that level of fame, is that level of notoriety gonna mean that I can't actually have the simple relationship? Would this ever actually be possible for me? Because am I too famous, you know? Which is something we haven't heard from Taylor. And so I quite I'll appreciate that. Okay, so my predictions for Fate of Ophelia were completely wrong. Elizabeth Taylor, it's all different now. Maybe The Last Great American Dynasty vibes. Okay, like not that. Mid-tempo but energetic. Not like you said, that was all right. Anyway. You there, feeling happy? Need something to make you feel a little bit more sad? Well, you should go to Lucen's merch shop, featuring a whole range of items, including this t-shirt. Continue to encourage Lucen's delusional activities by getting a band t-shirt from his recent Totally Real World Tour. Head over to his merch page for a range of sad items. Express your own emotional instability with the Crying Club tote bag.
This will come in handy.
Or you can cry into your morning coffee with the Crying Club crying mug. Head over to Lucen's merch shop today. Link is in the description. Being able to connect your own emotions cannot be confirmed nor denied. Lucen would like to assure you that his world tour is totally real and not made up, and this band t-shirt is here to prove it. So, yes, you should definitely believe in everything he says. Goodbye. But yeah, let's go on to the next one. This is Opalite. Ooh, I like that guitar.
I had a bad habit. My brother used to call it eating out of the trash. It's never gonna last.
I love the tightness of this. Just love the vibe.
Said when you know, you know.
Yeah.
You don't. Seen it before, they'll see it again. But my mama told me it's alright. You were dancing through the lightning strikes.
Oh, love that.
Now the sky is Opalite. Made no one like you before. You had to make your own sunshine. Now the sky is Opalite.
You had to make your own, you had to make yourself shine, but now this guy is shining with you and reflecting to you. Oh, is that so nice?
And don't we try to love. And what a simple thought. You're starving till you're not.
Yeah.
And that's when I told you it's alright. You were dancing through the lightning strikes.
I literally love that line. What an all-timer. I love the kind of connection to Bejeweled as well, because she had to make her own self shine during like Bejeweled vibes. But now she doesn't need to, you know?
The shelter here with me, my love. This life will beat you up. This is just temporary speedball.
Oh, nice.
And I can bring you low.
Oh. Okay.
Don't you sweat it, baby. It's
what a nice vibe. I really like this. And I love like the onyx night, but the guy's opalite, like this beautiful shining beacon in the darkness. It's just really good, isn't it? Yeah, great. Oh, what a vibe. That's my favorite one so far. Like, I really just love the effervescence in it, you know? It's like just joyful. And it's so nice to kind of hear her move into a more joyful place, a more kind of relaxed, kind of carefree place, you know? Oh, God, what just like beautiful imagery. That one's like really hits a really nice balance between kind of complex imagery, but like still the kind of pop, like simplicity. You know? And I love the connection to the family. We're really kind of getting to know her in this album. It really feels like she's lifting the curtain so much, like in terms of like, you know, seeing her on the podcast and the way she was talking on there and talking about her family and talking about her dad and talking about Travis and all that kind of stuff. And then through this music, it really is connecting into that. You know, we're really getting this like, oh, my brother said you're just sifting through trash. And my mum said that, you know, you've been dancing through the lightning strikes. But this guy is the one, you know? So nice. I love the onyx night with the opalite and that you had to make your own sunshine before, but now you've got this ball of sunshine here, you know? It's just really lovely. And that one, just like the production and everything just felt like tight and Max Martin poppy, but also almost like laid back Cali driving vibe. You know, kind of gave me a bit of that too with those guitars. I had a bad habit of missing lovers past. My brother used to call it eating out of the trash. It's never going to last. Yeah. So like kind of pining over previous relationships. What if? I thought my house was haunted. I used to live with ghosts, and all the perfect couples said, when you know, you know. People always say that. And you're like, well, yeah, of course you say that, you know. But my mama told me, it's all right. You were dancing through the lightning strikes. That's just a fucking perfect line. Sleepless in the onyx night, but now the sky is opalite. Oh, I thought it said now this guy is opalite, but you had to make your own sunshine, but now the sky is opalite. That's like really just like the focus on the sky, like the lightning strikes, the onyx night, and then the sunshine and the sky becoming opalite, you know, really kind of is really nicely, succinctly written, but like still is quite a complex kind of poetic thing. Couldn't understand it, why you felt alone. You were in it for real, she was in her phone, and you were just a pose. Life is a song, it ends when it ends. And that's when I told you, it's all right. You were dancing through so she twists it around in that one. It's like, now she's like singing presumably to Travis, saying like, I know that you've had struggles too, but now it's okay. We've found something really nice. This is just a storm inside a teacup, but shelter here with me, my love. Thunder like a drum, this life will beat you up. This is just a temporary speed bump, but failure brings you freedom, and I can bring you love. Don't sweat it, baby. So actually, yeah, it seems to be that like she starts off the song kind of having been in a difficult place, but then finding this hope and finding this support through this newfound love. And then she sees Travis kind of going through something difficult. And so she turns it around and like gives him the support, even though I know you're really going through something. The storm inside a teacup, you know, but it's fine because I've got you. I actually love that as a mode for Taylor. Like, it's okay, I've got you. This kind of like beautiful, kind of loving, confident kind of person. Usually we see her as on the other side of it, but now she's like saying, oh, I am actually here to support you, which is such a lovely, lovely evolution in her songwriting and in her, you know, gorgeous. Right. Love that one. Let's go on to the next one. This is Father Figure, which I've heard samples George Michael. So, I will be your father figure. Put your tiny head in my... That one. Anyway, sorry. Let's go. Ooh, fun. I like the live vibe.
When I found you, you were young. We were lost in the cold. You remind me of a younger me. I saw potential. I'll be your father figure, devil, because my dick's bigger. This love is pure.
What did she say? Did she say about her dick being bigger? What? I like that. That she's the father figure.
I pay the check before it kisses the mahogany grain. All I ask for is your loyalty, my dear.
Ooh, okay.
I'll be a father figure. I can make deals with the devil because my dick's bigger. This love is pure.
I need to look at the lyric for that because, like, I can't go on thinking that that's what it is.
Family.
No, that is the lyric. Watch the. Okay, I don't.
They don't make loyalty like they used to.
There's almost like a Kingpin energy to this, like mob boss. Strange.
You had to get rid of me.
Whoa.
I protect the family. I
This is a bit threatening.
Turns out my dick's bigger. You wanna fight, you found it. I want it. You'll be sleeping.
Ew.
Before you know you're drowning.
Oh, hello. Nice key change.
This empire belongs to me. Leave it with me.
Wow. This is so weird. I just don't know how to feel about this.
I saw potential.
Very weird. I kind of started off feeling like, oh, this is going to be like a supportive, I can be a role model for you. And it ended up becoming like, I'm a kingpin mob boss and I'm going to make deals with the devil because my dick is bigger than his. It's just really crass. It just completely throws it off. She could have said something like, I don't know, because mine's bigger or something that like didn't specifically say dick, because like you kind of would allude to that and we get it, but it wouldn't feel quite so like, I don't know, like gross. Do you know what I mean? And that's the kind of feeling that I get from this whole song, is almost like somebody who's like so jaded that like they've just decided to become everything that they hate. And it's just not what I was expecting, because like, especially considering like the uplifting feeling of the George Michael interpolation, like obviously it interpolates George Michael's song, and like that has like this like almost like found family kind of feeling to it. I quite enjoyed the song outside of that. Like I enjoyed the key change and stuff, but like the lyric and the meaning of it, I'm just like, it really weirds me out. My bestie texts me saying, one of the songs I can imagine your reaction to it. And I think it might have been that one. Right, let's get into the lyrics. When I found you, you were young, wayward, lost in the cold. Pulled up to you in the jag, turned your rags into gold. The winding road leads to the chateau. You remind me of a younger me. I saw potential. Yeah, okay. I'll be your father figure. I'll drink that brown liquor. I can make deals with the devil because my dick's bigger. This love is pure profit. Just step into my office. I dry your tears with my sleeve. I'm going to assume that she's doing this in a similar way to like Blank Space. Think about Blank Space. She's like inhabiting the crazy girlfriend stereotype. And it feels as if in here, she's inhabiting this kind of like billionaire vibe. So I guess that's how you read this song. I showed you all the tricks of the trade. All I asked is your loyalty, my dear protege. I saw the change in you, my dear boy. They don't make loyalty like they used to. Your thoughtless ambition sparked the ignition on foolish decisions which lead to misguided visions. That's very... This is such a kind of crazy, like, mob boss vibe. You want to fight, you found it. I got this place surrounded. You'll be sleeping with the fishes before you know you're drowning. Whose portrait on the mantle? Who covered up your scandals? Mistake my kindness for weakness and find your card cancelled. I was your father figure. You pulled the wrong trigger. This empire belongs to me. I protect the family. Okay, so this has to be her, like, inhabiting this billionaire. I think I don't know. It just kind of completely comes out of nowhere. Feels like there's no setup. It almost feels like with Blank Space, the whole thing has a bit more of a wink and a nod about it. So it's a bit more obvious. This one really just was quite shocking. Jesus. Very unique. Jesus. Okay. Not what I thought it was going to be. What did I remember my bestie's prediction for that song was her saying, I'm going to be the father figure. Yeah, my predictions were rubbish for both of those. Completely incorrect. Oh dear. Right. Okay. Let's go on to the next one. This is Eldest Daughter, which is track 5, which, as we know, in the past has often been quite sad. This like piano is quite central. It's really lovely.
Everybody's so punk on the internet. Every joke's just trolling and memes. Sad as it seems, apathy is hot. Everybody's cutthroat in the comments. I have been afflicted by it, dying just from trying to seem cool.
Oh, lovely. Oh, God, what?
But
Just so nicely done.
Bitch, and this isn't savage. I'm never gonna leave you out. So many
Oh, that melody is nice. Oh God, I've got chills. This is gorgeous, really beautiful.
You know, the last time I laughed this hard was on the trampoline in somebody's backyard. I fell off and broke my arm. Pretty soon I learned cautious discretion. When your first crush crushes something kind. When I said I don't believe in marriage, that was a lie. Every eldest daughter was the first lamb to the slaughter. So we all dressed up as wolves and we loved fire.
Oh,
But
this is really nice.
never gonna leave you out. So
That is just really, really nice. Oh, oh.
we lie back, a beautiful, beautiful time lapse. Ferris wheels, kisses, and lilacs, and things I said were dumb. 'Cause I thought that I'd never find that beautiful, beautiful life. That
Okay.
shares that innocent light back, like when we were young. Every youngest child felt they were raised up in the wild, but now you're home. 'Cause I'm not a bad bitch, and this isn't savage. Never gonna leave you out. So many traitors now. Never gonna leave you now.
Oh, that was so good. Oh, I loved that. I loved that so much. That is beautiful. Just, just like really lovely writing, you know, just like connecting it to this like childhood thing, you know, like the innocence of the childhood and how like she felt like her heart was kind of crushed by the world, but she can now like almost like let down her walls again. It's just really, really gorgeous. Really nice. Oh God, as a sensitive person, I just really connect to what she was saying. This idea that like when you're first going to go out into like the world, it can feel very easy to be crushed, and it almost like really just makes you recoil and you kind of don't give all of yourself. And like when I first met my boyfriend, it was like I was really scared to like, you know, really give myself over to it. But like he kept like proving to me that I was safe, you know. Yeah, so I just really that struck me, and it was just beautifully done. Like I just loved the melody, I love the simplicity, I loved the piano with the guitar and stuff. It kind of took it back to like a sense of like childhood innocence, and I love the way that like the lyrics really like took it, you know, to those stories of being the child, you know. And it feels like the whole, like the family is involved. It feels like a merging of families, doesn't it? Oh, beautiful. I really loved that. Everyone's so punk on the internet. Everyone's unbothered till they're not. Every joke's just trolling and memes. Sad as it seems, apathy is hot. I've been afflicted by a terminal uniqueness. I've been dying just from trying to seem cool. So it's almost like the reality of like existing on the internet and in the public eye. And this is like something that I think we can all relate to, is that like we are actually very afraid to be vulnerable as people because of the harshness of the internet. I think that's how she's kind of setting it up to kind of be like, oh, I've had my guard up, but now I can let it down, you know, because I'm not really a bad bitch. I'm not a bad bitch. This isn't savage, but I'm never going to let you down. I'm never going to leave you out. So many traitors, smooth operators, but I'm never going to break that vow. I'm never going to leave you now. We've both been kind of like really, oh my God, my stomach. We've both really been like wronged in the past, and it's taken us to this place where we give off this like bad bitch kind of energy because it's like a protection, you know? And so the walls come down, the vulnerability comes out, and it's like, I'm never going to let you down. It's really just that roof. You know, the last time I laughed this hard was on the trampoline in somebody's backyard. I must have been about 8 or 9. That was the night I fell off and broke my arm. Pretty soon I learned cautious discretion. When your first crush crushes something kind. When I said that I don't believe in marriage, that was a lie. Oh, God, isn't that so lovely? The last time I laughed like this was when I was a child, you know, like that. And that immediately, that bouncing on the trampoline, that innocence is broken, you know. I think that's something that's always been so powerful about Taylor's music, is like seeing her innocence get broken through the music, like I was saying with stuff like White Horse. And that's always been such a heartbreaking, devastating thing to kind of like witness her sing about. She said that she's had her guard up this whole time and she hasn't been able to truly feel and truly just like allow herself to just be, you know, just to laugh until now, you know. Oh God, it's so nice. Every eldest daughter was the first lamb to the slaughter, so we all dressed up as wolves and we looked fire. She's kind of saying that like, as the eldest daughter, you're the testing ground for the parents in a way. And so you kind of end up learning to have this like fierce external thing, you know. We lie back a beautiful, beautiful time lapse. Ferris wheels, kisses and lilacs. And the things I said were dumb because I thought I'd never find that beautiful, beautiful life that shimmers that innocent light back. Like when we were young, every youngest child felt they were raised up in the wild, but now you're home. It's really just really moving. And I just really feel for her that she's finally kind of found this thing. Oh God. And it's just so lovely, isn't it? To be able to just let your guard down and just be that innocent person again, you know. Just stunning. I loved that. It was just stunning. Really stunning. What lyricism. And I can just feel that kind of, since I was a child, I've had to spend my entire life with my guard up. And now I've found somebody who allows me to lower that guard. It's just gorgeous. Really lovely. Oh, God. Okay, we're going on to Ruin the Friendship next, so I think I'm just going to have a harsh hit round the face. So we'll see what happens now. Okay, yes, this is Ruin the Friendship. Okay, I must say this whole album has been less poppy and more kind of soft rock than I was thinking, you know.
Listening grass from September rain, you drive.
Nice.
85.
Love that melody.
Watching the game from your brother's Jeep, and it was not an invitation. Should've kissed you anyway. Should've kissed you anyway.
Ruin the Friendship is like, we were friends and now we're gonna kiss. Ah!
But your girlfriend was away. Should've kissed you anyway. Shiny wood floors underneath.
Beautiful. I love that.
It's prom.
I love that. Really, just really nice melody.
And it was not an invitation. Should've kissed you anyway.
Oh,
Convenient.
I love this. This is not what I was expecting it to be, and I'm so happy. It's like such a nice vibe.
Don't make it awkward in second period. Might piss your ex off.
I love this like high school drama thing.
When I left school, I lost track of you. Abigail called me with the bad news.
Hello.
Goodbye. And we'll never know why.
Oh,
It was not an invitation, but I flew home anyway with so much left to say. It was not
oh my God, this is not what I was expecting.
convenient,
I've got chills.
but I whispered at the grave. Kissed you anyway. Oh, and it was not an invitation.
Oh,
Should've kissed you anyway. And it was not
about regrets. Oh my God.
always ruin the friendship.
Ah.
Better than regret for all time. Should've kissed you anyway.
Oh my God.
Better than to ask it all your life. Should've kissed you anyway.
Oh.
Should've kissed you anyway.
Oh my God. I was not expecting that at all. Oh my God, I wasn't expecting that at all. Oh, Jesus. God, beautiful. I loved it. Beautiful vibe. Really gave me like Last Great American Dynasty vibes. The storytelling, the way that like we had that the typical Taylor twist was back. We haven't had a typical Taylor twist in a while. Oh God, what a stunning, stunning, stunning song. This is the stuff that Taylor does that no one else can do. These stories, you know, the way that she puts it, it's not just the twist, it's the detail and it's the feeling of it and it's the kind of childhood kind of innocence of it, and then to go into that middle eight and just like reveal the storyline like is just in perfection. And like her best songs kind of do this, you know. And it was the same with Last Great American Dynasty. It has that same kind of structure, and those are always my favorite Taylor songs because the storytelling is just unparalleled in pop music. Like, and this is what she does the best, you know. And sometimes like when I hear other songs and a lot of the stuff on, you know, Tortured Poets, I was like waiting for this kind of shit, you know. And oh my God, that completely upended my expectations. And I just thought it was wonderful and heartbreaking. And like really is like, this is like Taylor the adult speaking now. You know, I feel as if like she's had a certain like another coming of age kind of moment, I think, through the whole Tortured Poets era. It's that moving into your 30s thing. You know, moving into your 20s is a certain kind of coming of age, but moving into your 30s is like a whole other ball game. And I think that like so much of what you kind of enjoyed in your 20s but kind of hoped for in the future kind of does get a little bit shattered, and you start looking back on your life with certain like, oh, I regret the choices that I've made. And that is just such a specific thing that like is so 30s coded to me that I haven't necessarily heard within Taylor's music so far. This central feeling of regret, like I should have kissed you anyway, you know, like what if it doesn't even necessarily matter. We might not have even had that fairy tale romance that like I maybe would have been dreaming of when I was that age, but it doesn't matter because I wish that I'd just kind of gone for it. It's just like such a central feeling. And then to twist it to say, now I've flown back for the funeral because you've now died. I've got the call from Abigail. Abigail's back, still in Taylor's life all these years later. And now I can't say these things that I wish I'd said at the time. It's a very sobering thought to be kind of faced with death and to think like, now there's nothing I can actually say. You know, that's the thing that really, I think, because like when you get to this kind of age, like people do die. Your parents are getting older. Your grandparents are probably dead at this point. You know, it's that kind of thing where like you really start contending with your own mortality. And I think it's really surprising and beautiful to hear Taylor actually contending with that. And I think it's a really kind of stunning revelation for her. What a moment, and not what I expected. I thought it was kind of going to end up being one of like a more of a petty one, you know, like you've ruined my friendship now. But now she said, I should have kissed you and ruined the friendship. God, I have a feeling that might have been on my friends' predictions list. What did I write? Friendship bracelet, drama. I did something bad energy. Lol. Glistening grass from September rain. Off. It's the rain is back again. It's the beginning of the school year. Oh, grey overpass full of neon names. You drive 85, Gallatin Road and the lakeside beach, watching the game from your brother's Jeep. Your smile, miles wide. Gorgeous. So proper like that kind of like driving in the car. Our song was driving in the car. You know, like it's very much that kind of iconic, kind of innocent Taylor imagery. She's returning to it, you know. And it was not an invitation. Should have kissed you anyway. And it was not convenient, but your girlfriend was away. I should have kissed you anyway. You know, it's kind of cheeky. And that kind of like that thing where you wish you'd been a bit wild and more reckless when you were young, you know. Shiny wood floors underneath my feet. Disco ball makes everything look cheap. Have fun, it's prom. Wilted corsages dangle from my wrist. Over his shoulder, I catch a glimpse and see you looking at me. She should have gone for it. She was at prom dancing on her own and like she wasn't having a great time at prom. And yet, you know, there it is. And it was not an invitation, but the 50 Cent song played. I should have kissed you anyway. Wouldn't have been my best mistake. I should have kissed you anyway. I should have lived without regret. Don't make it awkward in second period. Might piss your ex off. Lately, we've been good. Staying friends is safe. Doesn't mean you should. Yeah. When I left school, I lost track of you. Abigail called me. I love the way that it's all set in high school and then the time changes and it's just such a twist. I left in high school, I lost track of you. Abigail called me with the bad news. Goodbye and we'll never know why. It was not an invitation, but I flew home anyway. Oh, I flew home anyway. Isn't that just like so like, I should have kissed you anyway, but I flew home anyway. The connection, like that songwriting of like connecting the melody and that lyric to like the sadness of like, I flew home to the funeral is just, with so much left to say. It was not convenient, no, but I whispered at the grave. Should have kissed you anyway. Oh my God. And it was not an invitation, should have kissed you anyway. My advice is to always ruin the friendship. Better that than regret it for all time. And my advice is to always answer the question better than to ask it all of your life. Should have kissed you anyway. Oh my God. What a beautiful, beautiful song. Just absolutely stunning. For me, this is the best song she's written probably since Folklore, since The Last Great American Dynasty. Right, let's go on to the next one. This is actually romantic. Okay. It's very 90s rock. Nirvana.
Barbie, when the Coke's got you brave. High fived my ex and then you said you're glad he ghosted me.
Okay, so this one's the one about Charlie then.
But it's actually sweet.
Okay.
All the time you've spent on me, it's honestly wild. It's actually romantic. No man has ever loved me like you do.
Oh, Petty Taylor is back.
And I know you think it comes off vicious, but it's precious, adorable. Like I told you,
I actually love this.
How many times has your boyfriend said, why are we always talking about? It's actually sweet.
I think if you remove the kind of celebrity narrative about it, I actually really love this as a concept for a song, you know.
You think I'm tacky, baby? Stop talking dirty to me. It feels like you're flirting with
my God, I love the slowing down there. That's so good.
I hand it to you. No man has ever loved me like you do.
Oh my God. Okay. I feel like I want to like remove the whole celebrity gossip narrative of this because, to be honest, like I don't like that. You know, I don't like that. Like we're just chatting about who it's about. We're just chatting about how catty it is. Taylor's done petty songs in the past and often they are hilarious, you know? And I think the thing is with this song is that, yes, it is petty and catty, but like we all have moments where we feel petty and catty. And yes, you can kind of take it into the context of the world and say like she's punching down and all that kind of stuff, which I mean, if it is about Charlie, then, you know, she is. But like in terms of like the song on its own, I think it's just representing something that we've all felt. And it's like, oh my God, why are you so obsessed with me? You know, it's like that as a song. It's not like a, you know, a very poised, very edited, very like PR level perfect response. But, you know, that's not real life. We all say shit like this, you know? And I love that she gives us the vehicle to be petty ourselves, you know, and to express that when we listen to the music. What was actually petty was Taylor blocking Charlie from getting #1 in the UK. That was bullshit, to be completely fair. I didn't like that. But yeah, like as a song, as a concept, really clever, nicely written, and like has like these moments where you laugh and you kind of go, oh my God, did she say that? You know, it kind of really gives like Regina George vibes completely, doesn't it? You know, and I don't know, I think I love that as a concept. I heard you call me boring Barbie when the coke's got you brave. Woof. High five my ex and then said you're glad he ghosted me. Wrote me a song saying it makes you sick to see my face. So that's the bit that's probably about like sympathy as a knife. Taylor clearly hasn't actually heard sympathy as a knife. I'm gonna guess there's a lot of other shit going on, which is why she might be pissed off with Charlie. But like the reason why she doesn't like to see Taylor is not because of Taylor. It's because of her own insecurity. It's because she is faced with someone so great and so poised and so famous and so powerful that she has this like internal spiral. That's like the whole point of that song. And clearly Taylor has not listened to the song. Some people might be offended, but it's actually sweet. All the time you spent on me. It's actually romantic. I've really got to hand it to you. No man has ever loved me like you do. It's just so well put. It's just so funny and so succinct. And I know you think it comes off vicious, but it's precious, adorable, like a toy chihuahua barking at me from a tiny purse. Oh my God, that's how much it hurts. And you think I'm tacky, baby? Stop talking dirty to me. It's so funny. I don't think I've ever heard anybody like encapsulate that kind of like infantile kind of like catty, why are you so obsessed with me? I know you are, but what am I? Kind of like real childish energy. It's actually really funny, but it's kind of making me wet. When I heard about the Charlie drama, I thought I was just going to roll my eyes about the pettiness of it. But actually, I think it's like hilarious. What did I say for actually romantic? Delicate vibes, cheesy, but leaning into the cheese proper. I thought it was going to be like, Travis is actually romantic, but all the other songs are a bit about Travis. Okay, my prediction for Wishlist is this is going to be my least favourite. So we'll see. What did I say was going to be my favourite? Oh, Eldest Daughter. Well, I think if it hadn't been for Ruin the Friendship so far, it would have been. Okay, cool. Right, let's go on to the next one then. This is Wishlist. Ooh.
They want that yacht life under chopper, fat ass with a baby face. They want it. Oh, and an Oscar on their bathroom floor. They want it. Oh,
yeah, okay.
I just want you.
Oh, nice. Yeah, this is my actual wish list.
Got me dreaming about a driveway with a basketball.
Cute.
Got a wish list. I just want you.
Oh, I love the way she's twisted that, you know, it's very clever.
They wanna country.
Hello.
They want that spring break.
Oh, what a nice key change.
They want it.
Oh. Harmonically, so cool. What a nice little meandering. Love it.
I just want you.
I am kind of over this like da-da thing. But it kind of works in this context, even though in general I'm like, people need to stop doing that now.
I made wishes on all of the stars. Put me a best friend who I think is hot. I thought I had it right once, twice, but I did not. 'Cause I know what I want.
Aww.
I just want you.
Oh, this is nice. This is giving me like, you know, very much like Lover. I just love the kind of glistening, like beautiful kind of optimism in it. It's really nice. You got me dreaming about just like this white picket fence lifestyle.
I just want you.
Nice. I love that like throughout this whole album, the title is actually really belying the concept. And that actually kind of ties into the concept of the life of a showgirl, right? Like what something might appear on first glance isn't what it always appears. And that's how every single song has kind of followed that. Ruin the Friendship. Everyone thought it was going to be about Blake Lively. It's not at all. It's about like, I should have ruined the friendship. That twist. The same with like Actually Romantic. You think it's going to be a romantic song, but it's not. Even like Father Figure. You think it's going to be like some like, you know, found family kind of whatever, but it's not about like a mob boss or whatever. Do you know what I mean? Like every single song has set up an expectation with its title. And especially this one, Wish List, with the $2 signs. You think it's going to be Bad Baller. You think it's going to be vigilante shit. But she twists it on its head. And I love how like every single song is not as it appears. And she messes with your expectations, which is what I kind of love about the fact that me and my bestie did the expectations, because she has messed with my expectations on every single song. I've been completely wrong every single time. I think that's the strongest thing about this album so far for me, is that twisting of the narrative. The wish list. Lots of people have all these like ostentatious things on their wish list. Lots and lots of, you know, private yachts and watches and whatever. But I just have you. It's just such a lovely kind of simple love song, you know? They want that yacht life under chopper blades. They want those bright lights and Balenci shades and a fat ass with a baby face. And they should have what they want. They deserve what they want. I hope they get what they want. But I just want you. Have a couple of kids. I've got the whole block looking like you. Oh, that's so funny. Like so many kids at the entire block looks like you. Bust up, settle down, got a wish list. I just want you. Wish list. I just want you. It's such a really great hook. They want that freedom, living off the grid. They want those 3 dogs that they call their kids. They want it all. They want that contract with Real Madrid. They want that spring break that was lit. It kind of is almost like a kind of taking down of like influencer culture, because like you kind of see this kind of thing online where like people seem to have everything they want and yet they seem completely unhappy. You know, these people who have the perfect lifestyle, but it's, you know, not perfect whatsoever. But then she is also glorifying like a really, really traditional like kind of relationship. But she's like, you know, this is what I want and this is kind of what I always wanted, and that's okay. Which, you know, she's allowed, you know, to fit into a more traditional female mold. People might judge me for that just as much as I'm judging them for wanting other things. It is what it is. I'm just very happy in the knowledge that what I want is this. I made wishes on all the stars. Please, God, bring me a best friend who I think is hot. And I thought I had it right once, twice, but I did not. This is the whole thing about Taylor, is that because you kind of follow all the music and you kind of end up like ingesting her hopes and dreams from 15 when she started writing all these songs, you know, it just feels really satisfying to kind of like see her in this relationship that feels so fulfilling and so kind of natural and takes her to like such a place of innocence. Yeah, it's just really gorgeous. Let's go on to the next one. This is Wood, which everyone is thinking is going to be about Dick, which it might be, but she might be playing with her expectations once again. Oh, 70s. Oh, nice.
Daisy's bare naked, I was distraught.
I like this, hey.
Loves me none, stepped on a crack, and the black cat laughed. I've been a little superstitious. And all my life seems to be
nice.
time.
Knocking on wood. Knocking on wood.
Knock on wood.
Yeah. Ah, yes. 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 Oh, that is so good.
Redwood tree, it ain't hard to see. His love was the key that opened my thighs.
Yes. Okay, so it's about wood. I love this song.
I gotta knock on wood.
This song is so good. Oh, yes, this is a fucking classic. Immediate. So good.
Redwood tree, it ain't hard to see. His love was the key that opened my thighs. Redwood tree, it ain't hard to see. His love was the key that opened my thighs.
So, you know, was definitely about wood, but also being about, I haven't got to knock on wood. That is just what a perfect little pop nugget, you know? I ain't got to knock on wood. It's just perfection. It's like that kind of proper pop perfection that like kind of feels like it has something familiar about it, but hasn't been quite said like that before, you know? Really nicely done. I love how tight the production is. I love how tight all the lyrics are. I love how, like, it just was so succinct and so just like, bam! Like, something about, like, the way that all just came together just felt so clever. The knocking, the use of the dryness, the use of the silence to kind of give this sense of rhythm, just gorgeously put together. And like, yeah, like what a great central metaphor. Like, I don't need superstitions, like, because I have the real fucking thing, you know? Oh, I'm loving In Love Tay. It's just making In Love Tay is making me very happy. And I feel like the first like few songs, the album almost like ramped up. Like the first ones I was like, oh God, are we getting Tortured Poets but a little bit faster? And it seems to be that like the rest of the album has like really kind of moved on. It's moved on from the Tortured Poets era. And that I'm happy about that because you can hear she's happy. I ain't got to knock on wood. Oh, it's so good. I love it. Daisy's bare naked. I was distraught. He loves me not. He loves me not. He loves me not. He loves me not. Yeah. Another little superstition. See, this is just very clever songwriting. Penny's unlucky. I took him back. Then I stepped on a crack and the black cat laughed. It's so clever because it's so succinct and yet she packs in like so many different superstitions into like one verse. And baby, I'll admit, I've been a little superstitious. Fingers crossed until you put your hand on mine. Aw, seems to be that you and me, we make our own luck. A bad sign is all good. I ain't got to knock on wood. Isn't that just like such a fucking brilliant concept for a song? Like, I'm no longer looking for signs, you know? I've lost all that because I have the real thing right in front of me. It's so simple and so good. All of that bitching, wishing on a falling star never did me any good. I ain't got to knock on wood. It's you and me forever dancing in the dark. Baby loves to dance in the dark. Oh no, it's a reference to Bruce Springsteen's Dancing in the Dark. Oh yeah, of course. Not Gaga. It's just because I heard Gaga do Dancing in the Dark live on the piano this week, so it's been like going around in my head. No, dancing in the dark. That one, right? Forgive me, it sounds cocky. He artmatized me. Like traumatized me, but the good version. And open my eyes. Wood or a tree, it ain't hard to see. Okay, that's about his massive dick. His love was the key that opened my thighs. Yeah, okay. A redwood. Jesus Christ, Travis. Also, yes, Che, I'm so pleased for you for fulfilling your needs. Like, that's great. I'm happy for you, my love. Girls, I don't need to catch the bouquet. I know a hard rock is on the way. Oh, the hard rock, it'll be the engagement. It'll be the engagement. It'll be the engagement. Yeah, I don't need to catch bouquet because I know I'm getting engaged. And then she did, and it was a big old rock. And baby, I'll admit I've been a little superstitious. The curse on me was broken by your magic wand. Seems like you and me, we make our own luck. New heights, the name of his podcast, of manhood. I ain't got a knock on wood. Oh, just perfect. 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 Love it. Obsessed. 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 Can't get over it. So good. Right, okay, next one. What did I say for cancelled? Her attitude to social media, like social media is cancelled itself. This will have a spoken word bit that's going to really annoy people. That's my prediction. Let's go.
The situation could be saved. Already picked out your grave and hers. Beware the wrath of masked crusaders.
Okay.
Did your girl boss too close to the sun? Did they catch you having far too much fun? Something wicked this way comes. Good.
Okay.
My friends canceled to my underworld where it gets quite dark. At least you know exactly who your friends are.
Ah.
They're the ones with matching scars. I love you when you're tone deaf and hot. Let's fucking off her. Did you make a joke only a man could?
Yes. Yes. Okay, so she's talking about people getting cancelled and she's like, come with me. You know. Good thing I like my friends cancelled. See, that is good.
At least you know exactly who your friends are.
See, that's a nice bit of writing, hey.
We're the ones with matching scars.
Fucking great writing.
So I'm not here for judgment.
Yeah, I'm not going to judge you myself.
But if you can't be good, then just be better at it. Soon you'll learn the art of never getting caught.
Yes. So good. Oh my god. This is not what I was expecting.
But a shattered glass is a lot more sharp. And now you know exactly who your friends are.
Yeah.
We're the ones with matching scars.
Great. Oh, that's really just nicely put together. I must say, it does feel like they've quite successfully managed to marry, well, on most part, managed to marry the kind of wordy poetry of torture poets into something more succinct, you know? Yeah, it's not quite as like bright and like pop as I was expecting, but like there's so many moments where the lyricism is so sharp and insightful, but it's put into a format that feels tangible and feels easily digestible rather than like, you know, line after line after line, complete no editing like Torture Poets was. As it started, I was like, oh God, maybe she is coming for other people who have been cancelled and she's going to look down on them. But instead it was like, come with me. It feels like, you know, Who's Afraid of Little Old Me, the sequel, you know, if Who's Afraid of Little Old Me is Taylor kind of becoming this witch who has been cancelled. That's her like origin story. And now this is like, come to me. I've like set up my palace in the underworld and we can all be witches together, you know? But there's a very pointed kind of thing, especially in that there was that lyric about, you know, did you say something that a man could have said? Which kind of underlines how in some cases the kind of cancellation, immediate cancellation of certain people goes too far. And like, because of social media, these narratives are just completely unwieldy. I'm not saying that like, obviously there are situations where like cancellation is like done the world good and actually kind of righted a lot of wrongs. But I think in certain cases, the scale kind of tips too far. And I don't know who like this one in particular is about, but I think this is Taylor kind of saying that like the notion of like immediate cancellation without any kind of nuance or any kind of balance is not a good thing. And that's the kind of one of the biggest problems with social media is that there is no nuance. It's all or nothing. And the reality of human life is that we all make mistakes. I believe that everyone should be given a chance to kind of right their wrongs, you know. If people continuously prove to be terrible people, then go for it. But I feel like all kind of nuanced, balanced conversation is lost in the kind of shouting of social media and the attention grabbing nature of it, you know. And I feel like that's what she's outlining here. There's a place for you. It's with me. We can all be together. At least you know who your friends are. You thought that it would be okay at first. The situation could be saved, of course, but they'd already picked out your grave and hearse. Did you girl boss too close to the sun? Did they catch you having far too much fun? Come with me. When they see us, they'll run. Something wicked this way comes. And this also, if you think about like the way that Taylor kind of grew up and became a pop star just after the era of Britney, we've seen people's lives destroyed by public narrative and by like you know, misogyny. People weren't asking Justin Timberlake the same questions. And you can see how Taylor's kind of ingested that. And it kind of now infers her kind of modern view of this kind of fame situation. Good thing I like my friends cancelled. I like them cloaked in Gucci and in scandal. At least you know exactly who your friends are. They're the ones with matching scars. It's just beautifully written, so succinct, so really gives you that satisfying feeling. I also just love how fun it is. And actually so much of this album is really lighthearted. And it feels so lovely to hear, especially post-Tortured Poets, how happy she is through the songs, because she is playing around. Tone deaf and hot. Let's fucking off her. So good. They stood by me before my exoneration. They believed I was innocent. If you can't be good, then just be better at it. Everyone's got bodies in the attic, or took someone's man, will take you by the hand. You'll still learn the art of never getting caught. Yeah. Can't you see my infamy loves company? Now they've broken you like they've broken me, but a shattered glass is a lot more sharp, and now you know exactly who your friends are. It's like, come with me. I know this feeling. I know what it is to be cancelled. I know what it is to be shattered, but now you've learned from that mistake and you will be wiser because of it. I love this kind of like almost like father figure character that like Taylor's kind of playing on this album. In so many albums, like a lot of the narratives she plays on within her songs is this like victim thing. Obviously like the victimhood is still part of this song, but I do like that she's exploring herself from a position of power. I can now give other people advice. It has this kind of matronly kind of quality, which is a new vibe for her, and I really appreciate. And I guess that actually kind of sums up the life of a showgirl itself. You know, this idea that she is now a powerful, famous figure, and this is kind of the details of what's going on in the background. Yeah, the stories of like what's going on in that showgirl's life from the position of someone who has that kind of star power. It's from that perspective now, you know. Okay, next one. Penultimate song. This is Honey.
You can call me honey if you want, because I'm the one you want. When anyone called me sweetheart, it was passive aggressive at the bar, cause a man had looked at me wrong. If anyone called me honey, it was saying that skirt don't fit me.
The twisting of the language.
Redefine all of those blues when you say,
yeah,
honey. Summertime spreads, pink sky, give it different meaning, cause you mean it when you tell me I'm home. We could play house, we could plan. You could be my forever nightstand, honey.
Could be my forever nightstand.
Back off, cause a minute looked at me wrong. But you,
I just love this idea that the language that people use to put her down is now the same language that coming from Travis is lovely, you know?
you can call me honey if you want, because I'm the one you want.
This inversion of the chorus. Oh, what a clever little move.
And graffiti my whole damn life. Screwing around with my mind, asking what are you wearing? Too high to remember in the morning. They were finding ways not to praise me, but you say it like you're in awe of me, and you stay until the morning, honey. When anyone called me sweetheart, it was passive.
Oh, this is so nice. You look at me like you're in awe of me. It's just too much. That is so nice.
Cried the whole way home. But you can call me honey if you want.
Love it. This album is really good, isn't it? And I'm so happy. It's great. I love it. That was just, oh God, again, like really succinct concept that kind of undermines what you expect. The fact that the song is actually about that kind of passive aggressive, misogynistic way in which people talk to women. You know, it's used to like put you down and be like, honey, I don't think so. Or like, oh, aren't you lovely? You know, it's like patronizing, right? And I love that the whole song hinges around the fact that when it comes from other people, it means one thing, but when it comes from you, it means something totally different. And I love it. Isn't that beautiful? Such a beautiful observation. The kind of observation that only fucking Taylor Swift makes and can make a beautiful little song around it. It's just what she does, you know? And like, oh God, it's good. Isn't it really good? Yeah. Oh, lovely. Really nice. You can call me honey if you want. Isn't it nice? Oh God, I can't cope. You can call me honey if you want because I'm the one you want. I mean, rhyming want with want isn't the best. When anyone called me sweetheart, it was passive aggressive at the bar and the bitch was telling me to back off because a man had looked at me wrong. If anyone called me honey, it was standing in the bathroom, white teeth. They were saying that skirt don't fit me and I cried all the way home. You know what I really like is that like she really played with your expectations in this song in terms of like the chorus verse situation. Cause it like, I mean, Jeannie is saying that's the chorus, which I'm like, okay, interesting. But like kind of felt like we went into a chorus and then we had a kind of upbeat section and then we had a version of the chorus that felt more like downbeat second time around. So it kind of like inverted the shape of the song in a really kind of clever, surprising way. Quite simple, but very effective. You touched my face, redefined all those blues. Oh, isn't that so nice? When you say honey, like redefining all of that kind of negative shit. Oh, and I love the vocal, like the way that she expresses these intimate moments in all of these songs. There's like a real fragility and a real vulnerable quality because it is a very vulnerable thing to kind of say, you touch my face and call me honey and it is everything to me. Isn't that just like gorgeous? And yeah, the way that she performs it is just really, you can hear every ounce of like vulnerability and truth in how she feels right now. You know, we can bed down, pick me up, who's the baddest in the land? What's the plan? You could be my forever nightstand. By the paint in the color of your eyes and graffiti my whole damn life. God, that's so nice. When everyone called me late night, he was screwing around with my mind, asking, what you wearing? Too hard to remember in the morning. And when anyone called me lovely, they were finding ways not to praise me. But you say it like you're in awe of me. And you stay until the morning, honey. You know what I absolutely love about this album is that like it really underlines the thing that so many artists and successful artists must feel, you know. This is the whole Showgirl thing, right? It's because as artists, we get into making music and we get into sharing ourselves because we're sensitive people. We're emotional people. And that is what art is about expressing that, you know, true emotionality. And so for people who make it big, suddenly they have to like face the kind of harsh business side of the world, the capitalistic side of the world, the way that everyone just wants to take advantage of you. And you have to like unlearn that sensitivity because otherwise you get taken advantage of. It's something that like I've been dealing with my whole life, this idea that I am an emotional, sensitive person. And yet at points I feel as if I shouldn't be. I feel as if I should hide that element of myself. And I feel like the learning from this album is that like she's been doing this for such a long time, this like guarding of her heart, this guarding of her sensitivity, this artistic center. And yet now, because she's found somebody that makes her feel safe, she can feel like she can return to who she truly is, returning to that naive sense of romantic innocence, returning to that sensitivity, returning to saying like nice little cute things to one another because you're safe. And that is what like proper adult relationships are about. It's not burning red. It's safety, you know, and feeling safe to be completely exactly who you are with nothing, you know, no editing, you know. And I feel like she has got that concept and like just ran with it, and it's really, really beautiful to hear, really beautiful to hear. And I think that like that is the kind of life of the showgirl, is that they may appear like this like fierce performer who has everything together, but on the inside they are that sensitive person. I thought this album was going to be like, here's the darkness behind the life of the showgirl, but instead it's like, here's the showgirl returning to normality. Here's this person who has built their whole life around their performance, becoming a normal person again because they've fallen in love and found something that is safe, you know? Like this isn't like some fling where like, I have to change myself or contort myself to be with somebody else. This is safe and I can be exactly who I am. And so that is the life of, it's like, this is that what it feels like the cornerstone of this album is I should have said this for the end, but whatever. The cornerstone of this album feels like who is the showgirl truly on the outside, and the showgirl finding that again, you know? That's just great. Before we go on to the final song, this is a shout out to my patrons. Woo! Yeah. Thank you everybody on Patreon who supports me every single month. They allow me to do what I do and only have to work a part-time job so that I can put so much time into doing my long content, doing my analysis, doing all of this stuff that you love to watch. So this is my section every single video where I say thank you and all their names are on the screen. Yeah, if you want to join in on the community on Patreon, you can do. The link is in the description, where on top of being part of the community, you will also get access to my thoughts on every single new song and music video that's coming out, my reactions to live performances. This is all on the bottom tier. And then on the next tier up, you get my album reactions. And in the upper tiers, you can actually request what I listen to. And so there's so many exclusive videos that are going on over there that don't make it over to YouTube because the algorithm is a bitch. And so Patreon is my free place in order to basically do whatever I want. And so it's a really lovely place to be, and you're missing out if you're not there. But yeah, thank you everybody on Patreon who supports me. Let's go on to the final song. So this last song is The Life of a Showgirl, the title track with Sabrina Carpenter, who I'm sure can relate at the moment because she's going through her own level of fame. So let's see. Okay, stomping of the crowd.
Her name was Kitty. Made her money being pretty and witty. They gave that she didn't do it legitly.
Okay.
50 in the cast, 0 missteps. Waited by the stage door, packed in with the autograph hounds.
She's the fan.
Wow, she came out. I said, you live in my dream. And she said to me, hey, thank you for the lovely bouquet. You say you don't know the life of a showgirl, babe.
Yeah. The truth.
You're softer than a kitten, so you don't know
the innocence, the childhood innocence.
She was a menace, the baby of the family in Lennox.
Gorgeous little key change there. Harmony in this is gorge. Oh, Sabrina.
She waited by the stage door, asked the club promoter arrived. She said, I'd sell my soul to have a taste of a magnificent life. It's not what showgirls get. They leave us for dead. Hey.
God, the harmony in this song is so nice. It's so unexpected. It's gorgeous.
And you're never gonna wanna. I took her pearls of wisdom, hung them from my neck. Do you wanna take a skate on the ice inside my veins?
Go cabaret now, aren't we?
And all the headshots on.
Oh, sick.
Who wish I'd hurry up and die. I'm immortal now, baby dolls. I couldn't if I tried.
The drama.
So I say, thank you for the lovely bouquet.
Now I say, yeah. Now I know the life of a showgirl. Oh, this is so good.
Now I know the life of a showgirl, babe. Wouldn't have it any other way.
Yeah. What a nice way to end the album. I wouldn't have it any other way.
Now I'll make my money being pretty and witty. Thank you for an unforgettable night. See you next time. Give it up for the band.
Oh, what a fabulous way to end the album. That is sick. Isn't that so clever? Love that she ended the album like she ended the tour. Great text painting. What a beautiful song. Another one that has that the typical Taylor twist that I fucking love. Oh God, this story. Oh my God. And it just underpins the whole thing, doesn't it? It's like this, yes, I've been through a lot, but I wouldn't have it any other way because that's life, baby. You know, that's in showbiz. And it just feels like so mature to have that kind of like that realization that life isn't supposed to always go your way. You know, it is not going to be a perfect show. What I am giving you here as this showgirl is this vision of perfection, but the truth is something much more complex. And yet the realization that she has when it gets to the end of the song is that I wouldn't change my life for anything. I would rather have a complex life than a dull life, you know? This is my life and I'm happy with where I am now. And isn't that a beautiful way to end it? That like, we've gone through all of this, like throughout the album and actually previous albums, we've gone through so much pain, so much like sorrow. And yet she's like, despite all of that, look where I am now. I have a lovely relationship. I'm engaged to be married with somebody I adore who makes me feel safe. And I get to travel the world and do my dream job. Yeah, there are going to be hard days. Yeah, there are going to be heartbreaks. It's not all going to be easy, but I am lucky for what I have. And actually, I can now appreciate it. It really underpins the whole album, doesn't it? This idea that like we're getting a look in and what's really going on in her life. Some of it's been darker, some of it's been lighter and more beautiful and romantic, but we are looking at the real person, the true life behind all the glitz and glamour of Taylor Swift. And I love how she turns that story around. Like she is the fan. She puts herself in the fan's shoes. She was that girl at the Leanne Rimes concert who, you know, who like drew a picture of herself and gave it to Leanne and whatever. She was that fan, you know, so she puts herself back into those shoes. And the showgirl says, hey, look, you don't want this life. You know, it's not all it's cracked up to be. Yet she does. She goes through it. She understands it. And she's like, okay, I understand where they were coming from, but life is about complexity. Life is about depth. It's never going to be perfection. It's never going to be paradise, you know, and I wouldn't have it any other way. Oh, just what a perfect way to end. And I loved Sabrina's verse. The way that it modulated for Sabrina's verse was gorgeous, really added her own kind of sense of style to it, but really kind of fit within her voice and just, it gave it so much presence as a feature, which, you know, we know Taylor doesn't usually do. Just really loved it. Really loved it. Her name was Kitty, made her money being pretty and witty. It's so good. Then they gave her the keys to the city. And then they said she didn't do it legitly. It's like more of that kind of undermining of like women who are like working to live, you know. I bought a ticket. She's dancing in her garters and fishnets. 50 in the cast, 0 missteps. Looking back, I guess it was kismet. I waited by the stage door, packed in with the autograph, hounds barking her name, then glowing like the end of a cigarette. Wow, she came out. I said, you're living my dream. Then she said to me, hey, thank you for the lovely bouquet. You're sweeter than a peach, but you don't know the life of a showgirl, babe. And you're never, ever gonna. You're softer than a kitten. So you don't know the life of a showgirl, babe. And you're never gonna. It's returning to that innocence again, isn't it? Like I love this theme of return to innocence. She was a menace, the baby of the family in Lennox. Her father whored around like all men did. Her mother took pills and played tennis. Yeah, maybe it's about another fan. Maybe it's Sabrina talking about her younger self. Maybe they're both talking about their younger selves, you know, in this song and kind of like looking at that kind of innocent view. I sell my soul to have a taste of the magnificent life. It's all mine. But that's not what showgirls get. They leave us for dead. I took her pearls of wisdom, hung them around my neck. So good. Just brilliant. I paid my dues with every bruise. I knew what to expect. And all the headshots on the walls of the dance hall are all the bitches who wish I'd hurry up and die, but I'm immortal now, baby dolls. I couldn't if I tried. So I say, thank you for the lovely bouquet. I'm married to the hustle, and now I know the life of a showgirl, babe. And I'll never know another. Pain hidden by the lipstick and lace. Oh, sequins are forever. And now I know the life of a showgirl, babe. I wouldn't have it any other way. Hey, kitty, now I'm making money being pretty and witty. Thank you for the lovely bouquet. Now Taylor's become the star, and this person who she was inspired by is now coming to her show. Thank you for an unforgettable night. We'll see you next time. Give it up for the band and the dance, and of course, Sabrina. I love you, Taylor. That's our show. We love you so much. Good night. Gorgeous. Perfect way to end it. Oh, God. I ended up like just loving that. I feel like as an album, it was just not what I expected. It kind of was a bit slow, still with that intimate piano. And I was just a bit like, oh God, I thought we got past this. I thought we were going to do something brighter and more poppy. But once I kind of settled into it, I think Eldest Daughter really broke the ice for me in terms of like my expectations and just enjoying it, you know? And then from that point onwards, I was just completely on board. And it's not the album I thought it was going to be. It's not quite as poppy as, you know, 1989 and Red. It is more kind of like softer and slower and more intimate. But ultimately, I just really, 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 really appreciate what she's done, because she's really proved to everybody again that she is a brilliant songwriter. And I think that's kind of the overall kind of narrative after Tortured Poets was that, like, yeah, there's nuggets of brilliance in there, but if you don't edit, then you're not showing everybody your best work, you know, and people have to like filter through all the stuff to find their favorite things. It's just not the best artistic expression, is it? And so I feel like this is like she's coming back and her just saying, you know, I know how to edit, I know how to find these kernels and whip them up into these beautiful songs. And she's done it. There are so many brilliant little terms of phrase, like, I don't have to knock on wood anymore, like, the only thing on my wish list is you, like, I should have just gone and ruined the friendship, you know, like all of these little pearls of just songwriting brilliance that are whipped up into these like really lovely songs that kind of actually have a lot more kind of harmonic dexterity, melodic dexterity than she has done in the past, which I really appreciate as well. But then all really tie together quite nicely and unexpectedly into this final song, The Life of a Showgirl, where it's like this, like the truth behind me, like I've become the biggest star on the planet, reached higher heights than anyone could have ever expected, but I'm still a real person at the center of it. And this is what I go through. These are the ups and downs of what I go through backstage, you know, apart from the father figure song, which I thought was very weird and didn't quite land for me. I appreciate that, like, doing a blank space from the perspective of like a billionaire is very interesting, but it just, I don't know, like it's just something about it didn't land for me. Maybe like in re-listening now I know to kind of take it in that way, it will feel better. But initial listen, I was like, what the fuck? The whole album feels like such a mature album from Taylor. It feels like she's really gone through the gamut of like pain and hardship recently, and she's come out the other side in a much more kind of like reflective place. Like I wasn't expecting her to be reflecting on death, you know. I wasn't expecting her to be kind of, you know, looking at this new version of love that's not this crazy rocket ride, but is actually something more safe in such a beautiful kind of way. And I really appreciate like and connect to that feeling, because that is what I feel at the age of 32, you know. So not what I expected, but some brilliant songwriting on that. My favorite song was Ruin the Friendship. Has to be. Just so good. Just so good. I mean, obviously I have to give it out for Wood, and I have to give it out for Eldest Daughter, and Life of Showgirl as well. Like so many great songs on there. But I think Ruin the Friendship was just that gut punch of emotionality that I just need to hear in a Taylor Swift album. And she did not disappoint at all. Yeah, let me know what your top 5 songs are in the comments. Thank you so much for joining me on this probably extremely long video, even after I've edited it. You guys are lovely, and I'm so glad I like this album, because I was worried, I was scared that I wouldn't. Yeah, for me, it's her best album since Folklore, easy. If you want to check out all of my Taylor Swift reactions, if you somehow haven't seen them, they are here. And if you want to support me over on Patreon and watch my videos with no cuts and get involved in all the discussion, then it's here. Thanks, guys.